पहले इंट्रोडक्शन है।
Okay. So at the outset, on behalf of RSMC New Delhi, IMD, WMO, SCAP and PTC member countries, we extend a warm welcome to all of you. And today we have ninth lecture in the series by Mr. Mahr Sahibzad Khan, the Director General of Pakistan Meteorological Department and permanent representative of Pakistan to WMO since 2023. With more than 30 years of experience in the field of meteorology and hydrometeorology, he has made significant contributions to modernize Pakistan Met Department in the field of multi-hazard early warning using public-private engagement and its dissemination to the last mile. He is a member of the Executive Council of RHIMES. He is the Deputy Project Director of World Bank Project on Modernization of National Hydro-Meteorological Services. He is also an executive member of National Emergency Operations Center of National Disaster Management Authority of Pakistan. So today, Mr. Khan will discuss with us the historical overview of tropical cyclones, existing early warning mechanism, and future prospects in Pakistan. So we welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, everybody present here. Also, good morning, good evening from my side. And today we will discuss as we are celebrating the panel on tropical cyclones 50th anniversary. Now, today I will discuss about the situations of the Pakistan PMD, Pakistan Meteorological Department Hydromet services and how are we are doing these services and about the early warning system. Then I will also present some slides about my organizations and the working how we are going to share these informations with others and how we are also getting benefits from the panel on tropical cyclone. Really, it is very much, I think, beneficial for us, the informations that are being shared either by the RIMES, either from the WMO, either from the PTC. So these services are really for the benefit of the countries as well as for the humanities. Before discussion, now I present by layout outlines how we will proceed. The first is organizational setup, then observational networks, PMD services, uh, panel on tropical cyclone background, PMD and PTC, how they have been collaborating in the past. PMD's tropical cyclone forecasting history, PMD hydromet services, resources, observational and technical, PMD early warning system of the hydromet and geophysical hazards. And the final is the challenges and the recommendations that I will put behind you. Next. Now, this is the organizational setup of this Pakistan Meteorological Department. Overhead is the Ministry of Aviation, then Secretary Ministry of Aviation, then Director General PMD. Then there are four posts of the Chief Meteorologist. One is the Research and Development that is based at Islamabad. Chief Met Road that is also based at Islamabad. Chief Met Flood Forecasting Division that is based at Lahore, and the Chief Met Tsunami Karachi. And further, their distribution is that at some places the directors are operating under their command and getting real-time data and then making analysis. And these are on the provinces basis. And I think these are at Director R&D at Islamabad, Director NAMC at Islamabad, Director Drought at Islamabad. Then Flood Forecasting Division Lahore has a two directorate. Uh, and third one is the Regional Med Center, Chief Med Tsunami, that commands extends up to the Computerized Data Processing Center at Karachi, Institute of Meteorology and Geophysics at Karachi, Director MSc Main Analysis Center at Karachi, and two director maintenance engineering side has two directors. They are all they based at Karachi station. Then all over the provinces we have a regional med centers. They are at Lahore, Peshawar, Karachi, Quetta, Gilgit, and then at Islamabad, Director Planning, Director Seismic, Director National Weather Forecasting Center, Director Nala Lake Basin, they are all based at Islamabad. Then there is a setup of the admin side, chief admin officer based at Islamabad, and then it has the assistance of the three deputy chief admin officer. Next. Now, PMD observational networks that extends. Pakistan Air Force has 14 observatories, Pakistan Met departments, 96 automatic weather stations. They are at 40 stations, and we have a hybrid system of the 45 observatories in Punjab and Sindh. Actually, that system has been made available by the JIX, Japan International Cooperation System, and then RNCs have their own setup of the observatories. But at the main centers, we have some specialized type observational network. Total stations that is extends up to 195, and in which some of these are more than 100 years old. And the oldest observatory that has been that was set up at the uh, Manoda at Karachi, that was established for the marine operation. That was in 1858. Oldest. This is the oldest station. Uh, During the last meeting that I was at Thailand, and my friends from the IMD, he told that Indian Met Department is going to celebrate the 150 years of the IMD. So the IMDs at the time, even Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Indian meteorological departments, they have their same beginning. You can say that even if that has been started at in India, that were also some of the observational network at that time was extended in Bangladesh as well as in Pakistan. So the history, you can say that the total, the history extends up to the period of 150 years. Next. PMD services, Pakistan Meteorological Department services, Aviation Met services, that is ISO certified 9001 and 2015 certified. Marine Met services, that is also has been audited in during the last year. Public weather forecast, early warning system for hydrometeorological hazards, that is torrential rains, floods, droughts, heat wave, global, wind and dust storm, dust and thunderstorm. Agromet forecast and advisory services, seismic monitoring and tsunami early warning, climate data archiving, astronomical services and meteorological courses training to the local as well as regional trainees of Pakistan's nearby countries. Even some countries from Africa, they have also been sending their trainees to Pakistan. Institute of Meteorology and Geophysics Center. So we are imparting training to the other countries' trainees also. Now, next. A panel on tropical cyclone success story. I will give some brief. PTC has an incredible history of the success over the last 50 years. Gratitude to all the PTC members for their invaluable contributions towards minimizing the cyclones inflicted damages. High appreciations particularly to the RSMC New Delhi for its pivotal role in helping the members, national meteorological and hydrological services in making their respective early warning system more efficient and effective. We all know that once there were over 3 lakh human lives lost in Bangladesh due to the tropical cyclone that hit to the Bangladesh. That name was Gola in November 1970. And now such loss got minimized to even single digit due to a remarkable improvements in forecast of the tropical cyclone intensity, their track, and landfall. For instance, a recent tropical cyclone, Joy, the longest lasting cyclone in the history of the Arabian Sea, was very well monitored, tracked, predicted by RSMC, New Delhi, and PMD, which helped the disaster managers and stakeholders a great deal. Next. BBC Pakistan panel on tropical cyclone and PMD. PMD is one of the founding members of the panel on tropical cyclone along with the India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Myanmar since 1972 when it was established at the initiative of UN Escape and the WF. In 1970, the experts from the countries around the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea were assembled by UN Escape and the WF in Dhaka to consider how to tackle the recurring heavy losses of the life and socioeconomics due to the devastating tropical cyclone in 1970. During the meeting, a very severe tropical cyclone hit the Dhaka, causing huge damages, which prompted the experts present there to decide to create an intergovernmental body and to name it the UNSCAPE and the WMO panel on tropical cyclone. The purpose was to promote and coordinate the planning and implementations of the measures required to minimize the damages caused by the tropical cyclone and associated with the floods and the storm surges. Next. You can see history of the tropical cyclones that affected the Pakistan coast. Pakistan has about 1,050 kilometer long coastal belt, which is vulnerable to the cyclones. Though the landfall ratio of the Pakistan coast is quite low as compared to the Indian coast. The ones coming over from the Bay of the Bengal after crossing over the main Indian land and re-emerging as low pressure areas in the Arabian Sea, like tropical cyclone Yamjin in 2007 and tropical Shaheen in 2021. Pakistan coast some destructive cyclone faced some destructive cyclone in the past life. These are the examples and given and shown in the presentations. The first hit that was the cyclonic storms in June 40th to 1875. Severe cyclonic storm May 7 to 14, that was in the years that about, you can say that 1 and 20, 100, 120 years ago. June 11 to 16, 2002 again, and June 4 to 6, 1907, June 18 to again in the same year that hit to this region. Cyclonic storm September 16 to 20, 1926. Severe cyclonic storm June 5 to, this is the actually history. You can uh, take it. And the source is the impact of the tropical cyclone on the SAR countries, coast and their influences on the regional countries. Now I come to the next, uh, come to the significant tropical cyclone crossing Pakistan. Some information I will share. Tropical cyclone TC02A in the year 1999, having directly stricken the Sindh coast near Badin and Thatta districts, caused 700 casualties, besides other damages worth, you can say that up to the $600 million. TC Yamjin, which hit the Makran coast near Pasni in the year 2007, inflicted damages worth $560 million and 950 human lives. In the year 2007, apart from this tropical cyclone Yamjin, Pakistan coastal area remained under persistent threat from the tropical cyclone Gono, the strongest cyclone ever in the northern Arabian Sea, which finally hit the Oman coast. In 2010, the tropical cyclone Fat caused 44 personal deaths, 24 in Oman and 15 in Pakistan and 5 in India, with other infrastructure damages of the $78 million. The other significant tropical cyclones that in the recent past year that crossed the Pakistan coast were TC Vevo in 19 June 8 to 14 June 2019, TC Chokte that occurred in May 2021, Shaheen 1 to 1st October 2021, and the TC Biparjoy 6 June to 16 June to this year. Next. Now, these slides show you the different tracks that how they were actually observed, and then their track how they move and affected different portions of the coastal belt. Either they were in India, they were in Oman, or they were in Pakistan. Next. This is also the same. Next. Tropical cyclone warning system and PMD. PMD Tropical Cyclone Warning Center Karachi is responsible for the preparations and issuance of the tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone watch issued when a tropical cyclone gets formed or enters the Arabian Sea north of the latitude 10° north, issued irrespective of the cyclone's threat to affect Pakistan's coastal areas and just to make the concerned authorities watchful. Tropical cyclone, then alert is issued when there is a likelihood that the tropical cyclone may affect Pakistan's coast. These are the different advisory, then alerts, and then warning. Warning issued when there is a very likelihood that the tropical cyclone may affect Pakistan coast. Tropical cyclone warnings are issued every 3 or 6 hours and are whenever necessary or imperative. Next. This is the tracking of the tropical cyclone in Pakistan is done with the help of conventional surface and upper air observational and analysis from the inland stations, and ship observations. Numerical weather models, outputs, and guidance from the global tropical cyclone warning centers. The high resolution regional model implemented at the PMD, Doppler weather radar installed at Karachi, and meteorological satellites output and their data. Uh, this type of the data is received from the different stations of the region, and then how we can archive this data, low pressure area, uh, depressions, how they are developed. After the analysis of that system, we just get this type of situations on the surface chart. Next. Part on the cyclonic disturbances by the careful analysis of the synoptic weather maps and the satellite imageries and assess its potential of the conversion into a cyclone. Issue the pre-warning advisories when a depression forms at around 10° north near West Indian coast. Issue tropical cyclone warning containing cyclone current locations, lag of large past movements, central estimated pressures, how much of the capacity of this depression, maximum sustained winds, intensity and likely track with 3 to 4 days lead time. Warning contains the risk of the damages due to the windstorm, torrential rains, and storm surge caused inundations and coastal flooding. Uprooting of the trees, demolition of the electric installations, failure of the infrastructure, clearing away of the kacha houses and collapses of building, especially loosely structures, mud houses especially. Observe closely and monitor every hours or 3 hourly its central estimated pressures, wind, lower and upper air, and anticyclones and steering factors. Pack it with careful watch and issue updates warning every 3 to 6 years accordingly. Cyclone classification criteria same as panel or tropical cyclone members countries adopt. Depressions, you can say that the greater than pressure 996 millibars, wind speed 20 to 20 7 knots, gusty winds and damages in detaching fruits from the trees. Deep depressions, then the pressure is 996 to 995, winds gust from 28 to 30, negligible damages to the houses, trees, some crops and caravans. Cyclonic storms, when the pressure drops to the 971 to the 985, winds gusts from 34 to 47. Minor house damages, significant damages to the signboards, trees, and small crops. Severe cyclonic storms 996 up to 997 millibar pressures, 48 to 63 nautical knot winds. Some roofs and structural damages occurs, and destructions of some caravans and the power failure. Very severe cyclonic storms. You can see the pressure drops up to 930 and 955 this range. Wind gusts from 64 to 89. Significant structural damages, caravans blown away, dangerous airborne debris, and extremely severe cyclonic storm, and then super cyclonic storm. When there is extensive damages to the kacha houses, some damages to the old building, large scale destruction of the power and the communication lines, disruption of the rail and road network due to the extensive flooding. widespread destructions and uprooting of the trees. These are the classification and the damages and what types of the losses occurs during this different types of the cyclonic storms capacity. Port warning, port authorities are asked to host the visual storm signals to advise or warn the ships or at the airport or those of at deep sea as well. So the danger signals 1 to 10 are issued with description or meaning of the that are given the host the distant cautionary signals. Number one, when there is a region of swell weather in which a storm may form. And these are 10 types of the different descriptions and they are happening. Next. Oh, I come to the National Tsunami Early Warning System that is based in Pakistan at Karachi. Seismic and GPS network of the PMD local next back. Acha. This is yes, yeah. This is a seismic station, and some are the GPS stations. Next, this is the global next back.
Can you go on slide number 20?
Yes, 20, slide number 20. Yes, this is the global seismic networks and its linkage with the that is based in Pakistan as well as with the global seismic network. How they are coordinating their data, or sharing their data with other global earthquake seismic networks. Next. Regional and world tsunami networks detail. National Tsunami and Warning Center also receives tsunami advisories issued by the National Tsunami Warning Center, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, International and BMKG, Japan Meteorological Agencies for the Indian Ocean. These centers also issue in different types of the warning, and we are going to have a collaboration with them. Next. Arabian Sea Makran subduction zones that is situated in Pakistan area, and so this type of the data is also shared with Arabian Sea. The line for the earthquake processing and disseminations of the tsunami bulletins, as you can see on the slide, how we are also going to making the analysis and then sharing it other stakeholders. Tsunami potentials of the Makran subduction zones and the threat to the Pakistan. Makran subduction zone has the potential to generate future tsunami in the Arabian Sea, in the Indian Ocean. Earthquake of the number 28 in 1945 with magnitude of 8.7, epicenter near Pasni at this longitude northeast in Arabian Sea, generated a destructive tsunami in Indian Ocean. More than 4,000 people were killed along the coast of the Pakistan and the neighboring countries like India. Maybe at that time, I think the media source was not as active as nowadays because I can see that earthquake that magnitude of 8.7 was the I think that is still the largest earthquake that felt in the coast belt of the Pakistan. And maybe the losses may be more, as that has been narrated in this about 4,000. Sunam, my voice is loud and clear. Are I listening? No. Tsunami simulation, maximum expected wave and arrival times that has been given in along the Pakistan coastline. That magnitude 4.3. No, this is the if there is a earthquake in the this region, then 4.3 meters tidal waves. You can say that the 4.3 meters at Pasni 3.3 meters, Divani 3.4 meters, Karachi 4.4 meter, and Amara 3.5 meters. Arrival time is you are seeing that it is 14 minutes for Gwadar, 18 minutes for Pasni, and the after 87 minutes that it will affect the Karachi coast. And the wind speed, wave speed, that is 4 to 6 meters, and the same is all over the area. Next. Magnitude range and their description of the message written one that is issued earthquake 6.4 in Arabian Sea dated 6th December 2019 at 15:55 PST. No tsunami threat for Pak coast. EMD issued at 10:30 PST Pakistan Standard Time. So these are all the values given for the maximum capacity of the. If there is a greater than 8, last is in Arabian Sea, dated 2009 at 1835, destructive tsunami made in raid. This type of the warning was issued. Immediate evacuations is advised, and this is the advisory. Now, flood forecasting and early warnings. I will discuss on how the floods are affecting Pakistan, how their disseminations are vulnerability, warning advisories are issued. You are seeing that we have a network of the radars. Also, in this, some radars are installed 3 years ago, and then process of radars installation is continued. And World Bank has also started a project for the Pakistan hydromet situations, and it also contains 5 radars that will be installed from the west to east, and then it will cover all over the Pakistan, and it will improve our early warning system regarding the precipitations and then runoff generated due to this heavy rain or system of the rain, and then its conversions to the flood situation. Next. This is our observational network of the Pakistan Meteorological Department's automatic weather stations. Some are installed by the WAPDA and other agencies. So this is all over the Pakistan. You can say that the red spots are the radars, and the other are radar that is in progress with blue marks And this is the all these are the observatories networks, and then the discharge data sites. That has been the telemetric system that is installed by the WAPDA and the irrigations at the different river stations, river rim station. That is about placed at about to one. Next, climatology of the monsoon tracks. Actually, the flood that are generated during the monsoon, mainly due to the monsoon systems, we have categorized them into with the categories. In the first, on the left side, is the normal tracks of the monsoon system that are developed in the Arabian Sea as well as the Bay of Bengal. The second is in the middle is the track that the depressions developed over the Bay of Bengal and their movements, how they affect the upper areas of the Pakistan. And the third one is the uh, diagram that the system that is generated over the Bay of Bengal, and then after traveling from the central India and then from the south of the Pakistan, and then mixing of the cold air mass and how they affect. In the first scheme, you can say that first category one types of the flood is normally generated this first type, and its range is about 3 lakh to 5 lakh cubic water if generated in the rivers. The second is from second category flood. That's capacity is about to 5 and 7 lakh cubic water, and the last one is the category 3 floods. That is if the water flows more than 7 lakh cubic in the river. So all these types of the categories of the floods have been watched and carefully watched, and the advisories warning been issued along the stakeholders. Next. This is the catchment areas of the rivers in Pakistan. You can say that the north of the country is covered by the snow. Snow. Most of these mountains are of the height more than 25,000 feet, and so one factor that generates the flow of the water is snow melting, and the other is the precipitation. Is is the mainly that is the Bela Reservoir of the Pakistan is mainly filled 80% by the snow melting and 20% by the precipitation, and the reverse is the Mangala that is on the river Jhelum, and that is 20% based on the rainfall and 20% on the snow melting. Next. This is the situation during the flood season that is normally from 15th June to extend up to 15th October. Yesterday it was the last day to issue the bulletins, regular bulletins for the 4 months. 120 bulletins are issued, 123 I think bulletins are issued on the daily basis, on the season basis. So Delhi bulletin A, bulletin B, bulletin, and the third is the river catchment outlook and riverine and mullahs flooding. Flood bulletin A is actually the you can say that the qualitative statements that is issued about the how the weather which type of the lows and low pressure areas, cold air mass moving to Pakistan will affect the daily situation. And the second flood bulletin B that gave us the quantitative values of the rivers that that will occur due to the run of the rivers due to the precipitation. And that also tells us about the the first at the rim stations how much water we are receiving in the stations, and then its movements to the other river positions at different garages. Their traveling time and their quantity is also shared with the stakeholders. And river catchment outlooks is also shared with the stakeholders. That data is received by the radars at different locations at Pakistan, and also by the satellite data that is received from different radars. Riverine and Nala flooding is also that very there are in catchment areas too much nullas that enters into the main river positions. Their position of the nulla is also taken at the qualitative as well as quantitative. Their inflows are discussed with all the stakeholders. That weekly outlook and warning advisories, these are also issued if there is any type of awkward situation in occur. So we are very much active and careful during this season. Next. Forecasting. On the left is the you are seeing that there is the rim stations positions when they're flow how from one stations to the other station is being running the water in the barrages and how quantity is observed. And on the basis of these this we issue the different types of the warnings regarding the high flooding, low flooding, and extremely high flooding situations at different levels. And significant flood warning or advisory, you can also see that it is in the it is also issued to the stakeholder. Third one is the bulletin B. Next. Previous one. Previous. This is the right on the right side is the bulletin B that is quantitatively issued and a quantitative forecast at the different garages. Next. Next. This is also we issued the forecast water availability and MAF for the Kharif and the Rabi season. And this position is also available on the dashboard. Back on the back. 34, slide number 34. This on the right, very right, you can say that the satellite image with the quantity of the how much rainfall is likely to fall, and then how much runoff will generate and forecast issue. The third one, below that picture is the rivers positions for the last 10 years, how much water has been at the inflow level and how much level is how much water we are releasing from the different branches. Next. Uh, uh, these are the different agencies or these are the stakeholders which we forecast is the issue. And these are at some at the federal level, disaster agencies, irrigation department of the provinces high ups from governor to chief secretary and then district level and then army at the GFP level and then corps level. During the flood season, we have also connection with the Indian because most of the rivers or catchment areas of the Pakistan river is in India. So we also have a liaison with Indus Water Commissions and Pakistan Water Commission. So these informations are also received from the Indian side also. Next. Drought monitoring and early warning center. National Drought Monitoring and Early Warning Center. Already we have automatic weather stations at different stations, additional data generation sources, and already rain gauges. Only the rain gauges we have installed at the sea level, and their total numbers is 325. So on the basis of these, we issue the drought, national drought monitoring advisory that is also at the regional level. So you are on the map, you are seeing that at Quetta, Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, we have a regional drought center, and at Islamabad, we have a national drought monitoring and early warning system. These drought alerts, advisories, bulletins, reports are prepared and issued to the stakeholders on weekly, nightly, monthly, quarterly basis, and these are issued. Further, we issue the meteorological indices, satellite indices, water availability in the reservoirs, and the field reports. We also prepare the drought field reports on the basis of that data. Meteorological indices, percentage area weighted departure of the rainfall, later precipitation index, percentage of the normal of the rainfall, standard precipitation index, length of the dry period, soil moisture anomaly, monthly precipitation and soil moisture outlook, and rainfall probability. Next, 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 next. Satellite indices. Back up. What year? Next, back. Yes. Normalized difference vegetation index, temperature vegetation dryness index, land surface temperatures. Third is water availability in the reservoirs that are Tarbela, Anpur, Sindhi, and then lastly next that these color schemes the map of the next color scheme on the map of the Pakistan shows the different road situations and normally that is on the international level and on the regional level. So you are watching color schemes and their brief description is given. So about the soil moisture and anomaly, maximum length of the day spell, that are the cumulative precipitation anomalies. The first one is the Pakistan precipitation departure of the rainfall millimeters. Next. These color schemes have been prepared on the basis of satellite data, normalized difference vegetable index, the different periods that has been analyzed and shown. That is also prepared for, this is on the fortnightly basis. So these are the issued fortnightly and permanently shared with our stakeholders. Next. Next. This is the district road hazards map of the Northeast. We have shown the vulnerable districts. Next. This is the vulnerable districts of the provinces. In Sindh, you have seen that Parker, in Balochistan, Chavi, Dera, Bhupti. This is actually the rain-fed areas in this situation. Punjab, southern Punjab, district, Bahawalpur, Ludhiana, India. Next. Now, I will discuss the last slide, and these are the challenges that we are facing. As the research indicates that climate change fueled by the unabated global warming is resulting in more intense tropical cyclones, especially in terms of strong winds, strong surges, and intense winds, which increases the risk of more pronounced coastal floodings. So, due to the climate change, we are of the view that potential of the tropical cyclone has increased up to some extent. The sudden and the rapid intensification of the tropical cyclone is becoming an increased uncertainty in this cyclone forecast. A precise and accurate forecast of the tropical cyclone. There can be another challenge coming forth, perhaps because of the climate change. Though we have the cooperation with the regional centers and we are watching more accuracy, but climate change actually really affecting that perhaps that is only due to the phenomena. Improper watching is, I think, then sometimes a double eye features is a start of just 2 days back, 13 October was celebrated as the International Day of Disaster Risk Reduction to acknowledge the success stories like the one of the PTC and to make the people more aware and vigilance. UNISDR apprehends that by the 2030 current climate projection, the world will face 560 disasters per year. That means that the intensity of the disaster are increasing. So we will have to be more watchful careful about issuing these forecasts. An additional 37.5 million people will be living in extreme poverty due to the climate change and disasters. This now to increase to 1,000.7 million in the worst case scenario by 2030. means that now we are this stage and that will increase up to, you can say that will increase in the coming 7 years to 3 times. So area like these definitely require our more focus and depth attention and research in order to avoid or minimize the potential damages caused by the tropical cyclones and the disasters. Thank you. And Pakistan is the PMD will hold national conference on panel or tropical cyclones in near future, and we are planning this type of a workshop in for uh, this year. So I will invite all my friends, my colleagues on the international level that they may take part virtually or try to invite physically. Please. Thank you once again. Oh, any question or discussion may take place. If any have some question, you are
Thank you, sir. If there is any question from the participants, we can have a question answer session now.
Kindly raise your hand so that we can go ahead with the Q&A session.
Sir, Professor Dubey, sir.
Yes, I don't have any question. Only
Yes,
thing that I wanted to congratulate the DG PMD that he has been able to present a detailed what work is being done in the PMD. And of course, for information to all of you, I am one of the member of the editorial board of the Pakistan Journal of Meteorology. So I go on getting information what kind of the papers are coming well. PMD is doing very well. I am very happy to see.
Thank you, sir.
That is a good gesture that the research that has been made on this level that will also be shared with us, and we welcome this suggestion really.
Any other suggestion, comment, or question?
If nobody is there, may I ask?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sarfaraj. Yeah. Go ahead, Sarfaraj ji.
Thank you, Anandaji. I just want to say adab to Dubeji.
Thank you, sir.
13 years back, I got a training on storm surge from his department. So he was there at that time. And then we wrote a joint paper. Dubeji, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember. I very much remember. I wanted to mention that Dr. I have written a joint paper also, Sir Faraz. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you look the same. No change.
आपकी सेहत कैसी है? ठीक है माशाल्लाह.
आप देखिए आपके सामने हैं.
जबरदस्त. Thank you, sir.
बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से मिलकर.
Stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thank DG PMD for such an excellent lecture. Actually, it's not only excellent, exhaustive lecture about the services of PMD. Basically, I was very much interested seeing the indices-based drought forecasting. Actually, this is a really challenging work, and in the last executive council meeting also our DG IMD mentioned about this challenging task and the approach, how we can approach in regional way so that all together we can tackle the problem of droughts. Uh, I am very happy to see this lecture actually covering the indices-based drought forecasting. Uh, Sir, thank you for that. My one question actually I have, sir, about the disaster. Do you have any system in place about the impact forecasting? Impact-based forecasting already it is a effort by the WMO and WMSCA panel. So a lot of efforts we are putting up so that every NMHSS should go for impact-based forecasting for all kind of disasters, hazards. For at least tropical cyclone, we are trying our best, and we request all other also NMHS to follow that. And another thing is that for heavy rainfall, this is another disaster actually, which is very much common to both our countries in India as well as Pakistan. And so whether, sir, any system is in place for impact-based forecasting of heavy rainfall?
Thank you, SK Das. Actually, all types of the forecasts that are issued either on the seasonal basis, monthly basis, impact-based forecasting, we issue also the impact that how it will impact the region at the different areas of the Pakistan. So either it is agromet forecast, either it is a flood forecast. We are issuing this with the collaboration of IC mode and other stakeholders. So this technique is really very much beneficial to the other agencies. Even one project that has been launched by the IC mode for the two districts of the Potrohar regions of the Pakistan. So really that has been really remained very helpful to the peoples, and we are getting their sports to issue this type of the forecast. So really, we also issue the impacts of the heavy rainfall, heavy flooding, what types of the phenomena they can generate, so that we can warn the people's timely of the impact that will be felt by this type of rain or some other landslide or some too much types of the scores in some areas of the Pakistan. There is a landsliding, there is a heavy snow, there are sometimes the traffic issues. So all types of the impacts are also mentioned in our forecast. And we are trying to make it more accurate in the coming days with the help of our stakeholders.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully, sir, our region will be the actually the will be guiding the people actually or other region like Africa and other regions, so that once we implement impact-based forecast, then towards the steps towards early warning for all. So that is the goal actually. Already so many times we heard from our DGIMD and also in different forms of WMO. So hopefully, sir, we will work together and we will be successful to do that in our region, and we will be the pathfinder, and maybe we'll also guide others how to implement that.
Yes, I appreciate the services that were rendered during the Blackbird Joy. That your center really have been keeping us much informative about its movements, about its directions, how we will have to warn the people. Its intensity was shared on the regional basis. So this preparation really will be much beneficial for the humanity. We should have to work on the humanity basis.
Yes.
So we will have to make it more accurate, and we will have to extend this cooperation at every level.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr.
Thank you.
Sarfaraz? Dr. Sarfaraz, any question, please?
Your hands.
No, madam, no question. Actually, I just wanted to say adab to that's why I raised hand at that time.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let us thank DG Pakistan Met Department for a very elaborate lecture on the organizational structure, the services that are provided by PMD, and a very well established cyclone warning system at PMD. PMD follows three-stage warning system. So that is just as in India we have four-stage warning system, you are having three-stage warning system. So though Pakistan is a country which is not affected much by the tropical cyclones, but from your lecture, sir, we could see that the cyclone warning system is very well defined and well in place at Pakistan. And Pakistan is one of the founding members of PTC, and we get regular support from Pakistan Met Department in terms of sharing of observations and data. And we also have very regularly the participants from Pakistan for the annual RSMC training for conducted by RSMC New Delhi. So we thank you for all support and all the information. And we have with us Sir Dr. Ajit Tyagi, former DG India Met Department with us. And we thank him and Professor Dubey for joining us. And we also want to thank the experts from Thailand Met Department and Myanmar. And we have team of participants from Yemen also, I can see, and the forecasters from India Meteorological Department, and the members from Cyclone Warning Division. We want to thank all of you for joining the talk and making it successful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.